Good day, mates. Today you will need something to write with in your notebook. We are going to talk about slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is a linear equation written in the form of y equals mx plus b. Your m is your slope and your b is your y-intercept. To write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form, you need to find the slope and the y-intercept. And then to find the y-intercept, you are going to find where the line crosses the y-axis. To find the slope, you are going to choose 2 points on the line. And just like we have been doing, you're going to count the rise over the run. Or you could do the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. After you write the equation, you can check it by substituting the points into the equation to make sure that they are solutions. Alright, so now we're going to do one example. Step 1 is to find the y-intercept. So looking at this graph, I am looking for where it crosses the y-axis, which happens to be this line right here. This is our y-axis. Remember, this is our x. So where does this thick, dark line cross the y-axis? Well, right here, which happens to be 1. So our y-intercept is 0, 1. Step 2 is to find the slope. So I'm going to find 2 points on my line. Well, here's one, so 0, 1. And then here's another one, 0, 3, 0. And we can use the slope formula. So y2 minus y1. Well, let me go through and label my points. x1, y1, x2, y2. So 0 minus 1 over x2 minus x1, which is 3 minus 0. 0 minus 1 is negative 1, and 3 minus 0 is 3. So I should get a slope of negative 1/3. I can also use this graph and just count. I go down 1 and I run 1, 2, 3. So we got negative 1/3 using the formula and counting on the graph because we have 1, 3, and it's a negative line. So now with step 3, we are going to write the equation. We have the 2 pieces that we need. The equation is all in slope-intercept form is always y equals mx plus b. Well, slope is m, so we have a slope. So I'm going to erase my m and replace it with our slope, which is negative 1/3. And our b, we said, was 1, so I'm going to also erase b. That won't let me erase. Erase b and write my y-intercept, which is 1. So our equation is y equals negative 1/3 x plus 1. Alright, so now we're going to do some examples. We're going to write the equation of the line using slope-intercept form. So as a reminder, slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. And this b, I always say begin with b. So begin with b. And our B is our y-intercept. So looking at this graph, our y is right here, this line right here, and we cross right here at -2. So our B equals -2. And now I want to find 2 points to find the slope. So I'm going to use these two right here so it's out of that mess. And I'm just going to count because I think that's the easiest way for me. I'm more visual, so I'm going to count. And we're going to go down 1 and run 1, 2. And it's a negative line, so my M is -1/2, rise over run, or in this case, fall. So now, to fill it into our equation, I'm going to y equals my M, which is here, -1/2, x is going to stay, plus my B, which is -2. I can write plus -2, but the more correct way to write this equation would be y equals -1/2 x minus 2, because this is simplified. And I can write -2 because it's a negative intercept. All right, we're going to do another example. Again, we're going to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So again, our slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. And we're going to begin with our b. So what is our b? So b equals, we're looking for where it crosses the y-axis, which is right here. And I see it's crossing right here, again, at -2. Now we just need to find our slope, m. And I'm going to find 2 points, so right here and right here. Just because it's out of the way of where I circled the y-intercept, you can pick any 2 points you want. And so we're going to count the rise, which is 1, 2, 3, and our run, which is 1, 2. And it's your rise over run, 3/2. And we're not going to simplify that. We're going to keep it as an improper fraction. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to plug in our slope and y-intercept into this equation. So I'm just going to erase the m and replace it with the slope that we found, 3/2 x. And I'm going to erase my b and replace it with the b that we found, which is our -2. And really, we need to have this simplified. So y equals 3/2 x minus 2. We don't need the addition sign since it's a negative, and it's really like subtracting. All right, so if you need another example, you can stay on and watch this one. So we're going to write another equation using slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. And as we were before, you're going to begin with b. So our b equals, we're looking for where it crosses the y-axis, which is right here. And as I can see right here, it crosses at 2. So b equals 2. And then we are going to find our slope, m equals. And I'm going to just pick 2 points. Again, you can use the slope formula, but for me, I'm more visual and the counting's easier. So go down 1, 2, and we run 1. So if I write that as a fraction, 2 over 1, that simplifies, and it's negative, it simplifies to -2. I am going to just erase and place into my graph. So our m is -2x plus our b, which is 2. So our equation is y equals -2x plus 2. And that's it. We're done. We don't have to simplify anything because it's already simplified.